Everybody, Phil Friedman here on a beach in Southern California where the ocean is just starting to become more and more turbulent. Perhaps you can see it back behind me. Later today, it's going to get very windy, it's going to be treacherous, but there's still a lot of news in sport fishing that I want to cover with you before we head you into the weekend. First, the weather is going to be really difficult. Most sport fishing landings will shut down this weekend, and for good reason. It's going to be dangerous. And it's not only dangerous out on a boat, so we don't want you out on the sea on Saturday for sure, and probably Sunday also, but fishing from the surf. So many people get washed out to sea every single year when they go fishing on the rocks or fishing the surf. So you're going to have to be extra careful because there's a lot of wind associated with this storm that's moving in and some high seas. So we want you to be really careful about that. Last night, supposedly, well, at least there was a Grunion run scheduled for Southern California beaches as well as down in Northern Baja, California. Grunion come onto the beach, and it's not like snipe hunting. It's not a myth. They actually come onto the beach in the thousands and lay their eggs all over these beaches. The great thing for fishermen is that not only is it a signal that springtime is here, but predators follow those fish in, and many of them hang around for a little while. I'm talking about, of course, halibut, also croaker, yellowfin croaker, corvina, all kinds of fish will feed on the Grunion. So here we go. It's getting set to take off for a really big and great season. Also, the eggs that get laid along these beaches here, sandworms feed on those eggs. So you'll start to get more and more sandworms, and there's the food chain. Once again, perch feed on those sandworms, yellowfin croaker feed on them. It's a great bait for spot fin croaker. You'll be able to dig in the beaches and get sandworms, and they are a magnificent bait. Speaking of surf fishing, down around San Diego, all the way up in the Channel Islands, the water's pretty darn cold, but that's still a good opportunity for barred perch, and guys that have been throwing mostly the Lucky Craft type lures have been doing pretty well on the halibut. Sport fishing down off Colonette and a little bit south of there, so 120 miles south of San Diego. You can see my camera's getting blown around here a little bit. Down in that neck of the woods, we're already seeing bluefin tuna, so that is a really good sign. Are there bluefin tuna on the Tanner Bank? Nobody knows for sure. Wouldn't surprise me. Water's still very cold, and as the water continues to move up, I think we're going to get some really good signal. Now, in terms of our white sea bass season this year, we have copious amounts of market squid up there in the Channel Islands. That is great. That seems to be the epicenter of where the squid is this year, and of course that only means that more predators will follow that in. Remember your high school biology class? We referenced that quite a bit here today with the sandworms, with the Grunion, and the squid, same thing. Predators come in to eat that squid. The big ones come to eat the little ones, that is for sure. And also, I do want to mention to you something else that's a little bit of a side topic, but with everything that's going on current event-wise, the war in Ukraine, and of course our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Ukraine. So sorry to see that happening. It's awful what is happening. It's going to result in fuel prices going up even further. We have inflation, we have that crisis going on, supply chain problems. So fuel on the boats has gone up over $4 a gallon for diesel for the sport fishing boats. If it climbs much higher, there's going to have to be a fuel surcharge, or these guys are not going to be able to survive. Once again, my camera's jumping around here in this wind. It's starting to blow. Not that bad yet, but it's going to get quite windy. Once again, as we continue to look at some really excellent rock fishing up and down the coast, the Pride's been out recently, and they've had great fishing out at San Nicolas Island. As we look up in the Channel Islands, our good friends at Ventura Sport Fishing, the Endeavor has had great fishing. The Island Spirit on their 3/4 day run, great fishing. They're probably going to be in this weekend. Check with Ventura Sport Fishing to make sure. But the good news is that we have got some lovely weather in our future after this wind blows through. Starting Monday, we're going to have nice low winds, tranquil seas, and things are going to be looking much better, and we are thankful for that for sure. Once again, we have several charters this year, and they are booking up fast. If you'd like to join us, just give me a text at that number right there, okay? 657-227-6555. 888-888-9459. Send me a text. I'll send you the list of our trips, and you can get out with us really, really soon. So things are looking pretty bleak for this weekend with all this wind, but some interesting things going on with the Grunion run starting. Springtime is here. We get back to some decent weather, and fingers are crossed that we're going to have white sea bass not only up in the Channel Islands this year, but perhaps back at Catalina Island where they belong. And as far as Albacore are concerned, still a little bit too early. It looks exactly as it did last year. It's a similar kind of situation right now. So a lot of you are saying, okay, I guess that means no albacore this year. It all depends when we come to the fork in the road whether the water stays cool, as many of the models are suggesting we're in a La Nina, or if it heats up, and that will keep the albacore out of here once again. All right, the tide is, I'm getting soaked here now. The tide's upon us. We'll keep you informed. I'll remind you all, please follow us on Facebook. That's Friedman Adventures. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitchers, and all other platforms where you listen to your podcast. Once again, it's a pleasure to be with you. This is the calm before the storm. There's some nasty weather heading our way, so please be careful. Do not get out on the water this weekend, and that includes fishing from the beach and fishing from jetties and rocks or anything like that. Stay safe, be good. We'll see you soon. Thanks again, everybody.